Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another review. My name is Abi, and today we are going to be looking at Tommy Wirkola's Violent Night. Yes, I know it is not Christmas anymore, and I'm kind of spreading the holiday a little bit thin at this point, but I decided I want to do one more review before the year ends, and to be honest, I actually recorded a review for this and The Menu before, but the audio got messed up for both of them, and I know it's not Christmas anymore, but I decided to re-record at least this one, so yeah, let's jump into Violent Night. The movies have had their fill of edgy Santa Clauses for a little bit now. Even Mel Gibson got his fill when he played Grumpy Saint Nick fending off a swarm of assassins in 2020's Fat Man. The clash of childish naivete, combined with dashes of rated R edginess, have apparently proven to become a selling formula. Even Winnie the Pooh and Bambi have slashers coming out within the next couple years, so it seems like we're in this for a while. In Tommy Wirkola's Violent Night, ex-Viking Nikamund the Red, or Santa Claus, must protect a family taken hostage by a group of private mercenaries. There's undoubtedly some humor that works here, and a couple competent action sequences throughout, but the issue is it never amounts to much. Both a subpar action movie and a subpar Christmas movie simultaneously. David Harbour plays a grisly Santa Claus with believability, and Edi Patterson steals the show every time she graces the screen. Essentially playing the same character of hers from The Righteous Gemstones, but I don't really mind. It might provide a couple hours of mind-numbing entertainment for you and your dad, but I promise you, a couple hours after it's over, you won't even remember it. The Christmas narrative itself is one that you've seen before. Divorced couple Jason Lightstone and Linda Matthews, along with their daughter Trudy, go to Jason's mother's house for Christmas at the Lightstone Mansion. Gertrude, played by Beverly D'Angelo, Jason's mother and certifiable girl boss, occupies the mansion, and her cold heart has caused her children to fend for her love all their lives. Also at the mansion are Jason's sister, played by Edi Patterson, along with her movie star Boothang, and her son, Bertrude. Together, they're just as toxic as any family can be for a holiday film. A clear-cut setup for every Christmas movie that you've ever seen. When Jimmy Martinez, played by John Leguizamo, shows up uninvited with a squad of mercenaries, he is keen on stealing the $300 million that's kept away in the family safe underneath the mansion. However, his plans are led astray when jolly old Saint Nick crashes the party and decides to save the day thanks to a little help from Trudy, who still believes in Santa Claus. The first act of the film is actually quite fun, even with the tired setup. Patterson doing her usual shtick is genuinely the highlight here, and honestly, all the other comedic moments pale in comparison. A majority of the jokes and their payoffs feel like they're written for children, yet this is a rated R film, so it all feels cheap and tonally clashing with one another. The Christmas story feels so standardized, I had to keep myself from checking out halfway through the film. It relies too much on its gimmick versus giving the audience an actually entertaining and engaging story. Following a 3-act structure or paying homage is one thing, but you have to do something beyond that. And this is where Violent Night truly fails. The action is competent, the humor can be considered passable, but beyond that, there's nothing to write home about. It's the definition of mediocre. There are a couple brief flashbacks when we see Santa Claus in his Viking days, and these moments are gone way too soon. Fleshing out these moments could have added to some level of intrigue for the film, but it just continues to move on and regress back into these generic Christmas movie antics. I feel like I've already said too much about a movie where Santa Claus beats the living crap out of a bunch of bad guys. It just feels like ever since Deadpool, every action comedy within the industry feels the same. Juvenile jokes mixed with overly stylized action sequences. And like I said, all of that would feel fine if it felt like the film had a soul to even back it up. David Leitch's 87 North production seems to be pushing out these lifeless action comedies this year with Bullet Train and now Violent Night. But honestly, even Bullet Train felt more exciting and creative than what we get here. Violent Night is a film that might find a little bit of life on VOD for the next few Christmases or so, but for now, it just feels like a tiring way to end the year. So, with all that said, I'm gonna have to give Violent Night a 2.5 out of 5. Like I said before, it is the definition of mediocre. There's a lot going on that I wish could have been more fun or fleshed out, but overall, what we do get is just a bland action comedy where neither the action or the comedy is that good to stand out. But like I said, David Harbour does a great job, and so does Edie Patterson doing her regular shtick. So if it comes on to streaming at some point, I would recommend a watch at some point, but don't be looking forward to too much. But that said, there's a lot of other great movies out in theaters right now, like Avatar: The Way of Water and Babylon, so if you are trying to go to the movies, definitely check one of those out instead. But yeah, thank you for watching. My name was Obby, or Spaceman Chuck. It's been great making reviews this year, and I'm really looking forward to all the new movies coming out next year, and all the new videos that I'm planning on right now, a couple essays I got in mind. So I hope that you will stay tuned for this journey. But until then, I will see you next year. Happy holidays, and have a great new year.